Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, Eagles. 1-0 Victory Tuesday. Let's go. Going on, everybody, man, and welcome to the very first episode of The Truth, where not all Eagle fans agree on everything, and this is definitely the spot where this shit about to go down. That's why we started this, because of you. We started this. I'm tired of listening to your fantasy that you living in right now. Always talking about guarantee no until proven otherwise. This is BS. You know what I mean?
Oh, I was pretty close last year. Thank you very much. We could have easily won those teams we lost.
Bro,
Right? Right? Did we not beat every game?
look, we lost. We lost. We could win the but we lost.
Victory Tuesday!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Woo!
Tuesday is Victory Tuesday. But before, we start this stream, man. It is Victory Tuesday, but today is a special Victory Tuesday because not only did the Philadelphia Eagle win, but your boy won a jersey from BIRDGANG 31.
Wait a minute, you don't start this off like that. You can start like your boy was in Brazil.
Hold up,
had a great
hold up, BG, hold up. So I'm gonna pour one out. Rest in peace to BIRDGANG jersey bet because it is dead and your boy about to, get a little shot. Another BG jersey bet down in the drain. Go Birds. And we will be talking about what kind of jersey I want, but congratulations to myself and to the Birds for winning in Brazil where I was at and for your boy being right. Who's going to start? Outside corner.
A lot of miracles that helped you out there, my guy.
Hey,
a lot of miracles.
Guess what? He's good to me.
Got no sense in the world. No sense.
Woo! Here we go. Yeah, let's get into it, man. I had to do that, man. RIP your jersey back. Here we go. Anyway, hey, look, great game in Brazil. A good win, not a great win, but a good win for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. We definitely gonna get in the good, the bad.
I think we do the team grades. We go that route with it. We go like team grades, and we'll start with our number one captain up there because there's a lot of good things to talk about. There's some suspect things we need to talk about too. There's some surprise players that went out there and balled out of control, and there's some players, they did, what they did, you know what I'm saying? So we get straight into it, man. How about it? Jalen freaking Hurts, baby. First game, new system, Kellen Moore system with motioning and under center. And we can talk about the push, tush, whatever you want to talk about it. But I guess let's give Jalen Hurts a grade. And if I'm go first, I'm going to go first. And I'm going to give Jalen Hurts in this first game with no preseason, new system, I'm going to give him a B.
That's it. You done?
I'm gonna give him a B, man. Jalen Hurts. The early. And I was really hard on him right after watching the game. I was like, "What the is going on with this guy?" The first couple of drives, but he came back and stepped up and showed up something. And, no preseason, like I said. First real game match, and that field was absolutely trash. So I'm gonna give him a B, man. What do you guys say about that?
Yo, hey, look, hey, watching the game live in person in Brazil, man, and shout out to all y'all, man. Look, I try to keep y'all updated as much as I can throughout the week I was in Brazil, especially before leading up to the game. But during the game, look, Jalen Hurts, I believe he played an okay game. You know what I mean? The turnovers, 3 turnovers, we could debate back and forth how many of them was actually his fault or not. But
yeah.
So we definitely go get into that. So just straight to the grade, I'll definitely give him a B, because he did go on this 6+ minute, almost 7-minute drive to basically ice the game. When I was telling people, watch this, what's going to happen. It'd be amazing if the Philadelphia Eagles could hold the ball all the way and then kick a game-winning field goal, basically a game-winning field goal. We was up by 2 at that time, but that 5-point definitely sealed their fate. But I give them a solid B. I can't give them a B+ or A minus. A solid B to me will do, but we definitely going to get into the reason why.
Now let's get into it then, because I know everybody's gonna say the turnovers. And the only one that I'm really concerned about really was the first one. You know what I'm saying? You're in the back of the end zone, what's it like, third and like 15 or something. And when you threw it to the, Smitty, there was like 4 Green Bay Packers. There was one behind, like 2 behind them, one in front of them, one on the side of them. There was like 4 Green Bay Packers over there, and you threw that damn rock. What were you thinking on that play? It's the first, wasn't it the first drive of the game too? You know what I'm saying? Like the first drive of the game, and you just throw it in the middle of the field like you couldn't see or something. Like you didn't see 4 other green jerseys over there, and you throw the ball anyway. So that's the first one. The first one I am kind of pissed off about. But like you said, no preseason, no real like game action. Okay, you were a little shook coming in there, slow start. The second one though, or the fumble. Now the fumble
was a miscommunication.
Fault. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't hike the damn ball. That's more on the center, I think. I don't think he should really get counting for that one. You know what I'm saying? Like he even was talking to him like, why'd you hike me the ball? And he was like, So it's like I don't count that fumble really on him. I don't. I think that's more of a center exchange, which even if the center hikes it early, you should be able to go get the catch the football. I don't know. Or get the football back. Don't let it be a turnover. And then the one to, I watched Baldinger break down the one that he did to AJ later in the game. Now that one, it's kind of questionable to me because there was 2 parts to that. There's one part you got a clean pocket, my guy. You ain't got to go nowhere. You could have stood there for another 5 seconds. And if you look where AJ was at the play, if you stood 5-6 seconds, AJ would have broke off. Either throw it. Okay, well, listen, this is my theory. Okay, this is not JC's theory. You can tell your theory next. Okay, thank you.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. All right, you know what? I'm gonna let you have your little feelings right now. You know what I mean? Hey,
you should have stood in the pocket, but rolling out, whatever. Okay, you rolled out. Now, when you threw that ball, I think the only thing is like he didn't expect AJ to slip. Because when you look at it, if AJ don't slip, he comes back, he catches that ball. 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Even because was it Alexander came across the field? You know what I'm saying? He was running full speed.
He was lost. He was on the other side.
Yeah. So if AJ were to not slip, come back to the ball, I think AJ catches that ball. You know what I'm saying? Or even it's an incompletion. You know what I'm saying? Like one or the other. I don't really think if he doesn't slip that would be an interception there. That's why I don't really give him that one either. So out of the 3 turnovers that everybody's hating on him for, I only give him credit for 1. Like he got all 3, but BG only mad at you for the 1.
All right, look, hey, let me tell y'all the real hard truth right now. All right, so all the turnovers besides the 2 interceptions was on Jalen Hurts. Period. Point blank. The snap, you could argue that him and the center, Kim Jurgens, their first game together, okay, communication, especially, let me tell you something. being in that stadium, there were whistles everywhere. Every freaking down, there's people blowing whistles. I think it's legal to whistles, like the ref whistles, like kind of whistles are blown everywhere. Like there wasn't no rule against whistles inside the stadium. Y'all may not be able to hear it, but inside the stadium, I was getting frustrated. I mean, I was talking to people next to me. I'm like, yo, why are they blowing whistles? Everybody is blowing whistles in the stadium. So the miscommunication part with the center and Jalen Hurts, okay, that's one turnover. Everybody could understand that. But the second, his 2 interceptions, I'm not going to give no pass. The first one to Smitty and triple, quadruple coverage. I mean, shit, just throw it to me. I'm in the stands. I mean, hey, just throw it away or something. Live to see another down. But don't put your defense that's playing very, very well in bad situations, right? And then that one you say, oh, AJ slipped, bullshit. You know what? If you had threw the ball early, at least 2 seconds early, Alexander was on the other side. His back was looking lost. When AJ was like this, AJ was waving his arm, and then by the time, the DB turned his back, the corner, he turned his back around. The ball was in the air. AJ slipped and hurt, but it would not slip if the ball was thrown 2-3 seconds early. So I don't care what the breakdown shows, but the breakdown shows that he was late, at least 2-3 seconds late from throwing the ball. AJ was open, just open. No, like, I'm serious. AJ was open. Well, if y'all go back, I wish we had this clip, man. If y'all go back and play slow-mo, I'm telling you, AJ was like this, was like waving his hand. I remember that. I remember seeing that. And the other cornerback was on the other side. Yeah. So by the time the cornerback, they turned around, he saw the ball in the air in slow motion. He was like, oh, shit, this is an easy-ass pick. Let me get that. So that's all it was. So the 2 turnovers was exactly. But
listen, even on that, you can't say that technically because you don't know the progression.
It's my truth. The progression of the play. Your truth.
You start to the left.
My truth. Right. It's my truth. I don't care. I hear you. But the problem is the reason why he had to come back and slip because he was trying to go for the ball because he saw the corner coming for the ball. He saw the ball coming, the corner coming. So now he has to try to run and get the ball instead of him sitting there and the ball coming to him. So it is what it is. It's the first game of the season. I'm not putting too much stock into his turnovers, new system, and Brazil, the slippery field. There's a whole bunch of stuff that went on, but at the same time, turnovers is turnovers. It is what it is.
You got 3 of them.
As long as it's not a trend moving forward, I'm okay with the first, just get it out your system. No preseason. None of the offensive starters played the whole preseason period. So this was like a preseason game against a very goddamn good team in Brazil. So, I mean, he did okay. That's why I give him a B with all the adversities around.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way,
that's another thing that people got to realize, though. We play out of all the considered playoff teams, the Niners, even Kansas City. Kansas City played the Ravens. Okay, that was a good matchup there. Us versus, the Packers was definitely another playoff type caliber matchup. Niners versus, the Jets. No, not really. Aaron Rodgers ain't did shit in the last 4 years, so it's like that wasn't impressing me. They did what they
keeping it in the NFC though. Keeping it in the NFC.
The NFC, the Cowgirls. Who the Cowgirls play?
I mean, they played the Browns, but look, I'm not okay. We could go talk about other teams.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying in general, like to use it as an example.
Up the Eagles, man. They played against a good team in Brazil in harsh condition. Yes, they both teams had to play on the field, but the thing is, preseason maybe matters, but to me, it kind of mattered because the Kings would have probably been, taking out this offense maybe a little bit, but you cannot. Everybody was slipping, but it wasn't as bad as the Super Bowl, though. I mean, that Super Bowl.
I think it was worse.
No, it wasn't worse. It was not worse because guess what? We actually got sacks on the quarterback. God damn. You know what I mean? And we got 2 more sacks on the quarterback than we did in the Super Bowl.
We had a better defensive line, obviously.
We ain't got
We
no.
don't get there. We don't get there.
The field wasn't as bad as everybody was saying it was, because just being like, I'm watching the field was looking good. It wasn't no paint everywhere, but it is a soccer field that they try to change into a football field. And we know how these fields, could be a hit or miss. So that's the only reason I have to say. But overall, the field condition wasn't too horrible. Saquon was cutting left and right. Come on now. Like, did you see the juke move? Like, no. Hurts was juking people. A.J. Brown stopped, juke people. You can't do that on a real bad field. So that's what I'm saying. The field was okay. I said if I got to put it on the field, I'll put a percentage of 20% on the field. 20%.
Kevin said he saw a love slip on every other play.
Oh, come on, man. Just because he got butterfeet. You know what I mean?
I think even when I see some of the players, like, it was not the same footing. We got to just go there. It's not the same footing. They were at home.
I didn't hear no players say that they changed their cleats at halftime.
Yeah, you did. You heard Saquon say after he slipped, he went back and changed his cleats. And then A.J. Brown said he changed his cleats too.
Okay, I mean, but he still slipped. So, I mean, shit, what would that do? And what good that did?
That's how bad it is. Imagine they got the best cleats in the world. And they came out with normal cleats on that first, and they done went and got the best spikes to add to those normal cleats, and they still slipping. That's what I'm talking about. This ain't your high school where you went to your local Foot Locker and got you a damn pair of cleats. They got the best of the best of the best of the best, and they still slipping out.
Look, I hear you, but both teams had to play on the same field. So the turnovers to me, to Smitty was uncalled for. I was like, what are you doing? And then, the A.J. Brown turnover, I'm like, throw it. Nope. He threw it too late. So that's what I saw. I mean, maybe y'all saw some, a different game that I saw, but both turnovers to me, I know Baldy, he tried to break it down, but Jalen Hurts anticipated Brown turn around through the ball. He would not slip because the corner was so far away, bro. He was waving like this, help, come save me. I'm on Gilligan Island. I'm right here. I mean, he had time to pop a flare, drink a beer, and wait for the ball. You know what I mean? Come on now. So to me, that is his fault because he threw the ball, anticipate, especially if you run away. Come on, now, it is what it is. But I still give him a B, a solid B. The field was hard weekend. Okay, but both teams did not have no issue scoring. So, I didn't see, because the wide open plays I saw that the Eagles defensive secondary gave up had nothing to do with the field at all. It was just bad coverage, wide open people. Now, the Super Bowl field, if y'all watch the Super Bowl field, God, they couldn't get nowhere. They couldn't get close to the quarterback. People was cutting and slipping everywhere. This field was not that bad compared to the Super Bowl. It was a bad field, but it was not as bad as the Super Bowl. About 20%, I give it.
But what do you think? What do you think about that? You were there in Brazil, right? And you're hearing about this field, and then you think about the Super Bowl. Even when you go back to the Super Bowl, these are some big games. You talk about the Super Bowl for one. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the first ever NFL game in Brazil. South America, and you play both of these two prestigious games on a shitty field. And you're in the NFL, $1 billion company. You can't go make sure you have time. You know when you were going to go to Brazil. You knew well in advance that you're going to have your players on there. What happened if some more players would have got hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have cost them, a whole season, the first week of the season, just because you didn't want to go over there and make sure this field is on point. What grade do you give the NFL for that kind of field that you got these players playing on?
But see, look, the problem is this. I think that this deal was in place way before this year, because it is impossible to come up, it's impossible to even get a city that's in the state ready for a game, a big game, an unknown, a city for a big game without going to check it out. I think that this game was pre-planned at least a couple years out. that the NFL probably went out there and they convinced the NFL, hey, this field, we will fix this field. This field will be as good when game time comes. It's a soccer field. There's no American football field to play. So where did the NFL expect them to play on? Like, I mean, you can't magically make a soccer field turn into a football field, non-slip football field. You can't. So the NFL,
you can roll a whole new field out there. You got the money to do it.
It's Brazil. Brazil is a poor country, bro. It's not rich. So where they gonna get the money at? Is the NFL?
The NFL?
Well, then, hey, that's on the NFL, though. I mean, that's on Roger Goodell. That's on the NFL to say, hey, we will sponsor and we will pay for y'all to put a whole brand new field in. You crazy? Look, the NFL is all about making money, not about saving money. You know what I mean? From the players, they're about taking the money and and making money. So it's the NFL fault if the field was bad. Period. It's the NFL fault. Yeah. Like they should have did the research, went out there, because this is not happening a year out. This game was already pre-planned. There's no way you could put everything into like all the coordination that goes on with that city, Sao Paulo, a crime city at that, to put everything, security, I mean, make sure the field, make sure, the stint, everything is good. And 6 months when the schedule came out? This has been pre-planned already for a while. So I blame the NFL. But overall, tell me which field I would rather play on. The Super Bowl field, or the Brazil field. I pick the Brazil field all day and twice on game day in a big game. So I'm sorry. So that field was not as bad as the Super Bowl field.
Okay. Richard said, did you see Simone while you were out there?
No. I got there. I mean, she flew directly into Sao Paulo on a Wednesday. I flew to Sao Paulo on Friday morning, went to the game. So, I mean, it was, hotels everywhere, people everywhere, the Philly sports trip, so it was hard to see that people that you really knew, unless you knew exactly where they were sitting. But that stadium, though, let me tell you something. Hey, walking into that stadium, like, it wasn't crowded at all. Bathrooms everywhere. Bathrooms nice. So it's a very nice stadium overall. Like, I didn't have to wait 30, 20 minutes in line for a beer. You know what I mean? Wait 5 minutes, boom, you get your stuff and you go. Halftime, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? But in the U.S., man, I had to wait 30 minutes in Philly, like, for a goddamn beer. You know what I mean? Just to use a bathroom. So this, like, outside the stadium, overall, just getting people in the stadium. There's no, like, people bum rushing, nothing at all. And the stadium was packed. Like, the stadium, I believe holds 47,000. They have 46,000+ people in there. So it was a crowded stadium. But for some odd reason, all the concession stands, all the bathroom was wide open. So, besides the field that we complain about, but everything else was great.
That's nice. That's nice. All right. Well, let's go to my favorite player of the game, Mr. Touchdown, hit the quad, Saquon Barkley, baby. Hat trick in his first debut. The first player to score in South America and Brazil in NFL history. Saquon Barkley pulling out 3, rushing for over $1 billion. With a receiver touchdown, man. He was amazing, man. He was amazing. How do you feel about, Saquon, and what grade are you giving Saquon?
Hey, before I say that, BG, can you please give me my props? Tell them my prediction, please. Because this requires another. Come on now. Tell them my prediction, BG. Huh? All right. My hot take. Matter of fact, hey, before I pour this, the shot of Jack, hey, my hot take that I told BG was Saquon Barkley was going to have 3 total touchdowns. And go back and look at the, my hot takes, of my predictions and all that stuff with
episode 36.
Yeah, episode 36. That Saquon was going to have 3 total TD, 2 rushing, 1 in the air. He was going to have 146 yards. This dude had 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 in the air, 132 total yards.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on. Hey, first game of the season, common sense. You run the ball. You get the feel of the offense. It was an easy prediction that Saquon was going to be that cowbell, at least the first game. And then now you're feeling comfortable. And look, you saw how the offense was flowing. Once the ball was started running, the motions was started. You know what I mean? So, I get Saquon.
Said, did you bet that? Because you would have won 40-1.
No, I did not. I did not bet it, but I should have. You know what I mean? So if you go check out episode 36, you was like, what?
You're pretty good at that. I don't remember my mistakes.
Because this offense has to run to Saquon, at least in the beginning, to open up the offense. All the motion just started working. Man, I love what I saw from the total offense as a whole, but Saquon, A+++. The only thing about Saquon, the only thing I have to complain about as a spoiled fan, Saquon could have had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
he cut into a block to make somebody behind him miss that was chasing him, and then he ran into AJ or somebody blocked that was in front of him. That's the only thing. I'm like, come on, Saquon, just keep straight or just go right. Nobody was there.
Are you talking about the one where AJ was lead blocking on that one?
Like,
I think that was AJ Brown's fault. He didn't score that touchdown.
No, he ran into the block.
Because AJ was pushing. By the time Saquon got over there, he wasn't even touching the cornerback.
You know what?
You got to stay on your block for 2 more seconds.
Bet me another jersey. And, bet me another jersey. I get off the air for 1 minute and find you this Twitter clip that I'm telling you, if Saquon just keep going there right, that dude behind him dove. He dove and missed, and then he ran into the guy. Like, AJ was downfield. That's the one that he kind of like.
On the left?
No, he was going. He started off to the right and then cut and then ran up for that 25-yard big run. If he kept into running right, that's another touchdown. That's another touchdown. I promise you. That's another touchdown. It wasn't AJ's fault. AJ was blocking 20 yards down the field, and Saquon was he was scared of getting caught, and he tried to veer up to the left and ran into AJ Brown that was blocking the safety, whoever it was. If he had kept on to the right, touchdown all day.
As a running back, right?
A++ though, A++ with the asterisk next to it.
A++, yeah, he got an A+ from me for sure. He did his thing. Like you said, like that play. Who cares who didn't do their job right? But either way, that should have been another touchdown. And then I don't know, like he looked good. Some of the cuts this man made, in that game. That's the difference from an elite running back and a good running back. We would have seen some of these runs by Swift and maybe even by Sanders be running into the lineman's back and stuff. I've seen a couple of cuts from Saquon that only the bosses of the bosses, make. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we see Swift make a couple. Wait. I'm not gonna let you talk about Swift like that because
Swift wasn't making some of these cuts I see. Swift was never making some of these cuts I see.
The only thing that I'm more impressed about Saquon was his first touchdown, where the catch, where he had to over 2 defenders catch the ball so close out of bounds, but had the awareness to get one toe knee down and then touchdown. That was, I was like, oh my God. That was impressive throw and catch by Saquon. But do not sit here and crap on the DeAndre Swift from last season, because he barely got
because like that.
He made a lot with the lip.
I hate people trying to act like that DeAndre Swift is even. What did DeAndre Swift do this last week?
I mean, okay, well, he's not with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm talking about the DeAndre Swift with the Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not talking about no other running backs that's not with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, don't hate on me when I'm talking about running backs not with the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't care, BG. I don't want to revisit past. I'm just letting you know that we seen
cuts in that game that made me go, woo! I liked it.
I mean, yeah. So A to me, man. So it is what it is, man. I can't
definitely get A++ for sure. Let's go to the receiving game.
Hold on. Hey, I do want to answer that one question though. About the motion though, man. Hey, let me see. That motion that okay, so here we go, because I believe all that is leading to the cuts, to the wide receivers. You know what I mean? All the grades we giving out to the offense is because of this. Is because of the motion offense that Kellen Moore has brought to Philadelphia. All right. So you can hate him for it being a Dallas Cowboys ex-OC, ex-quarterback, but you can't hate him for his eyes, like his game plan to move, linebackers, to put DBs on an island with AJ Brown, right? I mean, so I love the motion offense. I mean, it seemed like that every time that Hurts was throwing the ball, there was somebody wide open. Like, I mean, even when he was getting blitzed with the 5-man blitz, with the 6-man blitz in his face, it still was somebody open because the motion just parted the sea for somebody to be like, I'm open. But even if it wasn't wide open, the anticipation to throw the ball, knowing, hey, we practiced this. Hey, once you see Devontae Smith motion there, you already know we are going out or in. The ball was there. So I love the motion offense that I saw first game of the season, though. It's going to get better, folks. This offense is going to get better and more scarier, but I love what I saw from the motion offense so far.
And I do agree with you on that. That motion offense was awesome, man. Like, and guess what we did with it? We beat the blitz. I think Jalen Hurts was perfect against the blitz. A perfect 158 quarterback rating against the blitz. That was a big thing that Jalen couldn't do last year. I heard someone say that the plays that were done from last year, were the only like negative plays he had compared to the ones against the blitz. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that Jalen's picking up this new offense. And I love the motion game. Every NFL team does it. And I was wondering why the hell our NFL team doesn't do it. What up, D. Aldrich? Dake says, BG, you were all over Swift last year. Don't switch up now.
I know, right?
Listen. Just because I say a man is better, don't mean I didn't like him. I like Swift.
That's not what he's talking about.
Saquon's a whole other breed. No one was saying coming into the season we're going to have Christian McCaffrey numbers, take over Christian McCaffrey, either have his numbers or take over him being the number one back. No one's ever said that about Swift in his whole damn career. Everybody's coming to this season said Saquon's going to have Christian McCaffrey numbers in this office. Because he's a different breed of back. You know what I'm saying? He's a different breed of back. Ain't nothing wrong with that, guys. I'm not hating on what Swift did. I love what Swift did. If we didn't get Saquon, I think there was one or two other backs last year. If we didn't get either one of them backs, I would have been happy having, Swift back this year. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't. And yeah, go get you hit the Quan shirts, baby. Prince Champs. Got a promo code Saquon24. Get your shirt, lock it in. But yeah, I'm not hating at all on Swift. What's his name? See, he's so far gone that it's like we got a good running back. That's all I'm saying. We got one of the best ever in the league right now.
Hey, stay tuned to find out my prediction because you ain't gonna like it very much, but it is what it is.
What the heck? That's how it sounds like some bullshit.
Come on, man. Hey, I'm kicking real. That's why it's called the truth over my head, not over your head. Hey, look, we should put lies.
I made the thumbnail.
Lie over your head and the truth over mine, because all I do here is tell the truth, baby. All I do is truth, no matter what. Come on, man. Next.
He's smoking that good.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but so receivers, right? We didn't grade them yet. So
yeah, I give and once again, what did I tell you? Matter of fact, talk to me about your prediction for Jahan Dotson, BG. I'll wait. Everybody's waiting, BG. Hello, BG. Earth to BG. BG, is your mic off? BG, open your mouth. Come on. Come on now. Hey, the people is waiting. What was your prediction for Jahan?
I just don't know. I said Jahan was I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. Hey, the people is waiting, man. We ain't got time for your bullshit. Come on, talk
Man,
about
Jahan didn't do shit.
Well, what was your prediction, though? What was your prediction?
He was gonna have a touchdown, I think.
That's it.
He didn't get playing time. He
All
didn't
right.
get
So anyway,
goddamn ball, man. Okay, don't rub it in.
yeah,
I
you
thought he was
wasting
gonna do
time right
something.
now. Hey, you wasting time. Look, the wide receivers, aside of Jahan Dotson, got an A+. You know what I mean? Devontae Smith, key third downs all game long. I mean, the Slim Reaper, man. Some of the third downs that he got, I was holding my breath, man, because I thought he broke a rib. I mean, his dude was fighting for extra yards, going up, like just going down, scooping the ball, like clutch. Matter of fact, his name should be Slim Clutch. That's all he does, man.
The Clutch Reaper.
Exactly. You know what I mean? He catches clutch passes on crucial downs, like the whole game. Like he catches more clutch passes than AJ Brown does. So since I've been watching Devontae Smith play for the Philadelphia Eagles, he's been catching crucial third downs, could keep the chain rolling. AJ Brown's like first, second, but you need a first down. Devontae Smith, just throw the ball, sideline, you know what I mean? Like on the sideline, tiptoe on the sideline. I mean, he's all over the place, but he doesn't get enough credit. So that's why, BG, I want my jersey to be Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? I need my Devontae Smith jersey so I could wear it. You know what I mean? I could advertise Devontae Smith. Usually, I don't really advertise players that much. You know what I mean? But this dude don't get enough credit from the Eagle fans, the media. And so Devontae Smith, to me, was the key to this game all night, third down. But AJ Brown, it's a man among boys now. You know what I mean? I ain't going to sit here and talk about, hey, AJ Brown is, he first and second down. No, this dude, the third down catch when the blitz was coming, I think it was like either in the third quarter, whatever, Hurts threw the ball short. He came back, he turned around, 15 more yards, first down, kept the chain moving. So he also, if you throw him the ball, but you be double teaming him on third down. So Smitty got the one-on-one. But definitely, man, this wide receiver core and Jahan Dotson. Look, I already said it that Jahan Dotson was probably gonna, he'd be on the field for about 14 plays. He might see one come his way, but he ain't gonna be doing shit in this offense right now because he's new to the game. You know what I mean? Hey, you got Goddard, Grant Calcaterra, AJ, Smitty. So it is what it is. So I'm not gonna put too much, stock on Jahan Dotson right now, but it's the AJ and Smitty show. Bad boy. Hey, that's what. Hey, come on now. So that's all it is. So it is what it is. AJ and Smitty and AJ, whatever order you want to put it, 8+.
I just thought maybe they'd do something for him. They didn't do nothing for him either. But I do think moving forward that you're going to start seeing a lot more Jahan Dotson, especially when AJ and Smitty playing so well. AJ is a slant master. The slant master. Who else takes so many slants to the house like he does? He is baby T.O. Because that was T.O.'s favorite little thing. And T.O. used to take slants to the house all the time.
I mean,
AJ Brown.
The one to the house wasn't a slant.
Yeah, it was.
It was not.
It was a double move.
It was not a double move either, really.
Yes, it was.
No. It was a straight him burn, Hurts through the ball outside. He cut in and went in. I mean, it wasn't him slinting. It wasn't. It was a good throw, speed off the line, catch the ball, cut in and gone.
Okay, so
but you know what? You was right though, because I think he went in motion. He came back out.
Yeah.
Caught the ball and then went in. So he kind of like almost a will route, right? You know what I mean? So he went out and up. So he was so like a will route.
So yeah. Both his plans are like the same. Anything in the middle field, give him the ball.
You know what I mean?
Taking that shit to the house. That was nice.
The pass was on the money. The ball, and then like tell the presence. But if you look at the replay, if you look at the replay, AJ caught the ball and automatically went whoop, and went that way. So, like, he had his eyes on the safety coming. He caught the ball and automatically just cut in, and it was Will's. Hey, Will's up from then. Will's up. Fly like an eagle. Like
an eagle, baby. Yeah, the receivers definitely get an A. They get an A- from me.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm going to tell you why. Okay.
Well, John didn't get 14 catches.
That's another thing. You need to incorporate your third best receiver in the game, period. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. No,
Goddard is the third best receiver in the game.
You should have got him a catch, okay? That's Kellen. That's old Kellen. I'm telling Kellen that. But there was a couple of plays where I feel like if the receivers were to block for 2 more seconds, it would have been bigger plays. You know, and that's just me watching. That's me being picky. You know, they do their good job overall. But there was a couple of plays I was like, dang, if you just hold on for like 2 more seconds, you know, that could have been taken to the house. You know, and I think when they watch the film this week, they'll understand that. They'll see that. And the coach, if you're a good receivers coach, you'll be like, if you gave me 2 more seconds right there, look at this. That's touchdown. That's touchdown. So other than that, they all did a great job. Yeah. Like I said, you know, all A's across the board. Even Jahan get an NA because he didn't play this week. Even though he's out on that field, he didn't play this week. So
hey, he get a DNP. Did not participate.
Did not participate. Did not participate. He get a decoy grade. But you know what's so funny about it though? Even though he didn't get a catch, he was like a decoy. You know what I'm saying? He was on the field. They respected him out there.
Goddard out there, but Goddard was catching everything too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I wasn't really focused on Jahan. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Because there was 11 out there, 6 out there, and of course, Big 88 was out there, you know what I mean? Yeah, Grant Katera, he made a crucial clutch, you know what I mean? 3rd down to make a 1st down, but it was honestly, AJ, Devontae Smith, you got my back, I got your back. Bad boy for life. Let's go. Bah! This is what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Offensive line. We already got D. Aldridge in here. He said the BG Becton gets in there.
Minus. But go ahead. Hey, you first. Go ahead.
I think all the line did good. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is another one. Cam had a good game. And all of them had a good game because I don't think anybody gave up a sack. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like the new
Hurts got sacked.
I mean, but Cam didn't give it up. I mean, Cam didn't give it up. Becton didn't give it up, and I know Lane didn't give it up. I think all 3 of those guys didn't get a sack. It didn't have a pressure.
Somebody gave it up.
So it must have been Landon or Mailata. It must have been one of those 2 guys. But in terms of the new guys that we were really worried about, you know what I'm saying? We were worried, okay, how was, Jurgens going to play? How was, Becton going to play? Becton had a great game. He didn't give up no sacks, no pressures. And I seen him toss some people around. That's a big man. He does kind of remind me of Brooks, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he said it was Lane that gave up the sack. Okay, so Lane gave up the sack.
And I hate the fact that they say Lane went 31 game without shit. Every time my eyes don't lie to me. My eyes don't lie. I'm tired of this fake stat that they trying to give Lane. Yo, this dude gave up a sack, but I saw some, some analytic was like Lane did not give up a sack. Like, are y'all trying to put this guy?
I think I seen that on Twitter too.
In the Hall of Fame.
Lane didn't give up a sack on Twitter. That's why I said Lane's name. It was on a post on Twitter, I think.
Bro, what are they watching? I'm sorry. I'm watching the game. If the guy is coming on your side and then you turn around, look at the guy, second quarterback, God damn it, you gave up your goddamn sack. You should not be looking backwards like, oh, shit. Like, oh, there's nobody in front of me. Is in back of me, sacking my quarterback. He gave up a sack. So, but I hate the
Lane gave up a sack, but he was initially offside. He got away with it.
I mean, look, maybe the penalty saved the sack, right? Because if you get a penalty, that play is non-existent, right? If you throw an interception, hey, boom, defense holding, that interception doesn't count. So maybe because my eyes, I have 20/20 vision. I mean, I never wore glasses in my eyes.
Never.
Ever. But that night, I saw Lane looking back, and then the quarterback was on his back. So Lane looking back equals quarterback on his back. So it is what it is, right? This 1 sec, whatever. Hey, whatever help people sleep at night. I don't care. But the offensive line overall, because of the fumble, the miscommunication, but the first game, like I said, no preseason. I can't be too harsh. That's why I give him an F.
Who got an F?
The offensive side.
What?
Nah, I give him an A.
Oh, that got quiet real quick. Okay, real quick.
I'm like, wait, hey, did your mic go off again? Nah, man. Look. I give the offensive line an A-. Yes, they did allow some pressure, but they handled the blitz. But it wasn't a all-out blitz though. It was like 5-6 people coming in, just trying to bring one extra. But they were coming from left or right, and I'm just trying to turn them around. And they did good. Jalen Hurts been sacked. He was sacked twice. And Love was sacked twice. So, I mean, it was a very good protecting, on both offensive line. So, especially first time with Beckham at right guard. He's a left tackle with the Jets less than 6 months ago. You know what I mean? He was the Jets left tackle, and now he's our starting right guard. So you have to take that into consideration. Cam Jurgen, like I said, the whistle was blowing all around the stadium. So for him and Hurts, and the stadium was loud. There was a lot of Packers fans. All right, let me tell y'all something. Giselle is from, I believe, somewhere in Brazil. So there were a lot, Patriots fan, Packers fan everywhere. So the stadium was full of, you know what I mean? Patriots, Packers fans. So it was loud. So I'm very impressed with Mariota, with Dickerson, Cam Jurgens. Hey, shout out to you, man. Chelsea, 1.5. I'm not going to say 2.0, but Chelsea, Kelsey, 1.5. You know what I mean? So it was a very good performance overall, but an A- for me.
Yeah, there was a couple plays I was like, Cam, he had a good game too. But like you said, like I said, initially,
not yet. Yeah, I got about 10 more shots in me.
Initially, I was really on a lot of people at the end of the game just because I was like, like there are some things that if some players were playing a little better, then realizing the fact that they didn't play in the preseason, realizing the fact that this is the first game of the season and it's against a really tough opponent. You know what I'm saying? So after all that, I was a little bit more on Cam because he had some plays. There were questionable plays. I seen that everybody else was blocking good on those plays, and he was a weak link on those plays. So it wasn't many, but it was enough to catch my eye when I was watching the game. But I'm gonna let it be A- for these boys. They went out there and did their job. We won a football game. Let's get over to that defense. I think the defense is gonna be interesting. What grade you give that defensive line?
Look, the defensive line only had 2 sacks, but they had a lot of pressures on Jordan Love. So I'm not worrying about the defensive line at all. I feel like even though that Jordan Davis, I hate the way they play Jordan Davis. The reason why you didn't hear Jordan Davis' name a lot is a lot of times you saw him leading to one side to the other. They did not have him going straight up the middle, right? You know what I mean? Like there was like either, all right, hey, let's push everybody that way. And then also the running back is going that way. You know what I mean? So it was just, oh my God, Jordan Davis sucked. No, it's the game plan, right? You're supposed to go, I mean, I don't know, but if you're a defensive tackle, your job is to just get as far back in the backfield of the quarterback face as possible to go up, to go forward. So I didn't really see a lot of that with Jordan Davis, but overall, I give the defensive line a B-. You know what I mean? Like overall, like I wanted more sacks. I want a more dominant, like 3, 4, 5 sacks. Even though this is a good Packers offensive line that's been together for the past couple of years, that blew the backs out of Dallas, Cowboys last year in the playoffs. But still, if we want to be that dominant defensive front with Jordan Davis, with Carter, with freaking Sweat, and hey, where the hell was Huff? So
That's
I can't see.
Carter. Like Carter made some disruption.
Whoa! Don't you dare!
He didn't have no stats. I had him starting the lineup.
Dare.
0
Don't
points.
you dare fix your
0
mouth
points for Carter in the fantasy lineup. What's up with that?
No. Don't you dare fix your
0 points. I think. Oh, he gave me 1 point. I think.
No. It does. The problem is this. The problem is this. Carter was double, triple teams being held by the neck, body slam. Grabbing ankles. He was that dude. He allowed the pressure to go into Jordan. Look, Jordan Love don't hold on to the ball very long. So that's what we don't understand. How many quarterbacks like Jordan Love that we gonna play that hold on like that, have a quick release like that? You know what I mean? So honestly, just watching the game, I'm like, okay, he's getting rid of the ball. He's getting rid of the ball. That's why they were able to get some quick slants and run. You know what I mean? Or some double moves and run, because he was getting the ball and they knew where to go. But overall, man, a C+. No Huff, really 2 sacks.
Not even by the line.
Did Sweat even play?
Yeah, that wasn't even a line sack. That was a linebacker sack. So
okay. So I'm at C-. Every time I name a person that I didn't hear from Sweat at all. Huff at all.
Roseman might be a boss.
2 sacks. A C- because this is the first game, but they were also put in situation from our quarterback, turn the ball over to be back on the field immediately, right? After it was on the field, and then they were like, God damn, now we gotta go back out there. So they did, bump it up to C+. You know what I mean? Because our quarterback put them in bad situations where them big boys and a hot humidity, and Brazil had to go back out there and still did not give up a touchdown, but 3 field goals. Come on, man. 3 turnovers, 3 field goals. So I go C+.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the C+. That sounds good. But I like the C- too, because that sounds good too. Where the hell was our defensive line at? Like you said, that wasn't a defensive line sack. That was 2 linebacker sacks, okay? And I like what he said here. And I'm not saying Jordan Davis and Carter didn't do their job. They definitely did, because they did force everything to the outside. So where the hell was Sweat? Where the hell was BG on the sacks? Where the hell was Huff on the sacks? All Nolan Smith on the sacks. Where are these edge rushers that's supposed to get the sacks when the 2 guys in the middle are doing their damn job? I will give them credit, because we could have been down 14-0 real quick. And those two red zone stops, D-line, showed up and showed out. Those linebackers were getting to those, running backs and receivers and whatnot, because of those guys, putting up that pressure. And, I'm not saying Jordan Davis had a couple of good hits I like. JD was, he's definitely disruptive, moving man around. He's a grown-ass man out there. So, like I said, they get a C- from me. I wasn't too impressed about, and I'm only grading. Forget JD and JC. Those 2 guys, I think they did their jobs for the game. But the rest of those jabronis out there, where the fuck were you at this game?
Forget you. Don't forget me. Forget you.
That's all I Jalen Carter, my nigga.
I know.
The rest of those guys, I don't know. Where the hell was Sweat? Why didn't Sweat get any sacks? And Huff, we pay you all this money. You didn't get a damn tackle.
Hey, but look, I like what Trader Chris said. Judge them after the Falcons game because we are at home. No excuses. No excuses against a Falcon team that just got beat. That Kirk Cousins with the repaired Achilles can't really move nowhere. So that game right there, I would definitely be judging that defensive line off of that game. Might even call for some people's heads to get cut after that game if we don't, set. Hey, this ain't the Kirk Cousins from last year and with the Vikings where we played them, right? Then we played them again last year or the season before, like back to back. I know that we opened.
Yeah, it was the opener. That was the opener last year, and it was against the Vikings.
Yeah, so. I mean, look, this ain't the same Kirk Cousins. He's getting older.
Kirk might not even play this game.
Yes, he will.
You see how trash he played this week?
Right. And Daniel Jones is going to play, then Kirk Cousins is going to play. All right, so he will play. But
they have a rookie, Pettis.
Come on,
lighting it up in the national championship.
Hey,
okay,
hey, you ludicrous. Stop it. So he's definitely going to play. But I would definitely judge the defensive line harsher after this upcoming Monday night on national TV.
Damn, I want
us to put an ass whooping like the 49ers did to the Jets, but even worse because they ain't got a, you know what I mean? So, but hey, we're going to get into that. But definitely Kirk Cousins, I would definitely be judging them harsher after this game.
Yeah, man. Kurt sucks in primetime. He chokes a lot in primetime. That's one thing. He was trash.
We do make quarterbacks look good, though. We do make a lot of quarterbacks look better, like Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I
think it's good. Yeah, it is the first game of the season. You can't really bench nobody out there.
But we do make quarterbacks look good, so I'm just hoping that
we used to make quarterbacks look good. Love did look good for like a good quarter, and that second quarter, man, Love looked. He was lighting them up for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like when they were doing that little run. Remember, we started out with they started out what 3-0. We went 7-0, 7-6. Then at that point, Love kind of took over the game a little bit too. He was throwing darts to Reed and the rest of us.
We were down at halftime.
Huh?
We were down at halftime.
Yeah, so it's like Love. I hope. Hey, prayers out to Love too. Hopefully he's not. I think they say he's only out for like 6 to 8 weeks, but that's the whole deal.
No, he's not even out for that long. They didn't even put him on IR. Like IR is 4 weeks a minimum. So they didn't even put him on IR. So maybe it might be 3 weeks. But the Packers, hey, they feel confident enough to not put Love on IR.
You think Malik Willis is going to win one out of the?
I don't care about the Packers. I could give a rat's behind if any other team.
That's what we're saying right now. In week 1, we're like, oh, we played a top flight team, right?
He got hurt with 5 seconds left.
If he goes, say, because I think it's supposed to be 3 to 6 weeks. If he goes 6 weeks, right? And they lose 4, 5 games.
It doesn't matter.
Total. They gonna say it doesn't matter about the Packers. The Packers are trash. You guys play the trash.
But it doesn't matter because we played freaking 47 minutes, 55 seconds, or not. Is it a 60-minute game, right? 15. Yeah, a 60-minute game. So we played 59 minutes and 55 seconds with their starting quarterback. So no, I'm not. And they had a lead, multiple times, 3 times. They had a lead. They took the lead. So I'm not trying to hear, oh, no. The Packers are a very good team, young, talented team. So I'm thinking that this, this was a good test for us because their coach is what? He come from the couch in the hen tree. Like this dude is all over the place, right? I mean, his play design is up and down, left and right. So I mean, look, I'm happy with it.
The TBH, the grass might have saved a season-ending injury.
All right.
Interesting.
So let's talk about what's next.
The linebackers, baby. The linebackers, because we got a new starting linebacker, the best Philadelphia Eagle linebacker to ever put on a Birds jersey. The best. And everybody hated on him. Everybody hated on this man, especially me.
You know what? Yo, I cannot let BIRDGANG talk to y'all like this. This is so disrespectful. See, this is so disrespectful. Yo, I cannot let him do this to y'all. The best Eagles linebacker that ever put on jersey. I can't let him do y'all like that. But you know what? Go ahead. Oh, no. Yo, I don't like that. Yeah. Okay. That's better.
Best Eagles linebacker. Everybody was questioning him. Everybody thought it must have been fool's gold when Big Banjo was like, this guy's the truth. And we're like, what are you talking about? You got White out there. You got Trotter Jr. out there. You got Dean out there. Yeah. This guy's definitely behind all three of those guys and could be behind that Niners linebacker too. And what does he do the very first game? When did you ever get a stat line like this, my guy? 2 sacks, 15 tackles, a tackles for a loss. I don't remember an Eagles linebacker with that stat line.
About 15 tackles, but it is what it is.
You know?
Look, I'm not gonna just go. You know what I mean? Look, it's game. It's one game. One game. You know, against a team that like to run the ball. But the fact that I love that Vic Fangio was moving him around, was blitzing him off the edge. So maybe Vic Fangio might have found a diamond in the rough, right? By bringing Zach Bond, a special teamer for the Saints, and actually have him compete in training camp and actually winning, you know what I mean? And hearing good things about him. So maybe, but it's one game, my guy. And to ever put on the Eagles green linebacker, you should be fired ASAP, immediately. You know, hey, your live stream should be banned. Hey, your live stream should be, you know, banned from YouTube.
Okay,
because this was over the top, extreme. Because you overhyped, and that's why the truth is on top of my head once again.
Hey, name a Eagles linebacker with that stat line.
I don't care about one game stat line.
I'm talking about this is the only thing we have.
I don't
only playing one Eagles game
stat lines. I don't track one game. I don't care about one game stat line.
The boy only played one damn game.
Then why are you overhyping him and saying the best Eagle linebacker?
Because I've seen Dean play before. I've seen a lot of other Eagles linebackers play before whole seasons and not had a game like that. The ball was all over the field, like a heat-seeking missile. Anywhere the ball was, he was. He sacked the quarterback twice, win a game, you know, ended the sack. Okay? Bond was out on that field putting in that work. And we got to give him his flowers for it. So I'm not, you know, maybe I did go overboard. Maybe I got overboard best ever. But, you know, that's how hyped I am about this mystery man. Because I didn't think he was going to be shit. And this fool went out there and lit it up. And he was all over the place. Every time I'm like,
hating on him.
Who is that? That's Bond again. Who's that? That's Bond again. And Kobe Dean also
he
played a great game. That hit on that. Oh, that what was that?
That that wide receiver screen, that running back screen,
was
boom.
That remind me of the Sheldon Brown hit years.
Not as
screen play. Sheldon Black.
Now Reggie Bush till today wake up and cold sweat about that hit. You know what I mean? So that hit is not. Reggie Bush was like, matter of fact, they asked, hey, Reggie Bush, what was the hardest hit that you ever got? He was like, boy, that Eagles game. And, I mean, that is a hate that you will wake up like, But that's like, that no Kobe thing was like, pop. Okay, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
You got annihilated. So I think looking at those two players, man, I'm going to give these boys an A-.
I mean, all right, an A. I mean, yeah, I give my A.
Because some of those run plays, they should have been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should have been.
I mean, okay, look, okay, all right. So, okay. You can't, as a matter of fact, stress that. B-. The Philadelphia, yes, just fix your face, BG. Fix your face. There's no way you have two supposed to be bona fide greatest Eagle linebacker ever, and we gave up 163 rushing yards. Where the hell are they at?
Who had that many yards? Jacobs?
Packers.
Did they have
163 total rushing yards. There's
Is
no
that a
way.
real stat? I don't remember them breaking off that many yards.
We rushed for
Jacobs didn't have.
144. We rushed for 144, and the Packers rushed for 163 motherfucking yards. So your great linebackers ever gave up 163 yards. We cannot give A's across the board here. Come on now.
Okay, so listen.
Exactly. Go back and revisit.
From a point of being like going into week one, you ask anybody on the defense, what is your weak link? Especially after White wasn't playing no more. Everybody was like the linebacker.
We get what? And
I'm worried about the linebacker. What was that?
What the weak link? What? Where?
The linebacker core. Everybody was like the linebacker. I'm worried about those guys because
I haven't seen enough. 163 yards don't come from only the front, like your front four. You know what I mean? So, like, I really think that we need to calm down a little bit. Yes, the linebackers play great on the outside with speed, but they wasn't hitting the holes. Shoot, they wasn't stopping, a guy from running down your throat because 163 yards is a lot to give up on the first game. I don't care who you playing. Like 163? Come on, man. That's too much. Yes, that's a lot.
It didn't seem like they had that many yards on the ground.
Because our linebackers are built for speed. Outside, speed. But to go and to dissect the hole, meet the running back in the hole, we don't have that type of linebacker. So that's still my biggest concern because Devin White was that type of linebacker. Yes, he may not go from speed to speed, but he at least could meet somebody in the hole. So we still have some work to do. But 163 yards is unacceptable.
That being said, right, is Devin White starting next week if he's healthy?
Who? It depends. What defense are we playing? A 4-3? What are we going to? Because if we have White, Dean, and Bond, I feel confident that we could definitely fix that. Fix our run issue because White is boom, hitting them holes, and now we got Bond and Dean that could go out to the sides, right? But it all depends what kind of defense are we playing. But we'll see if even White even played because the last time I heard he was kind of like in the doghouse, reported to be, how he was looking to trade him. I don't believe that, especially the way White talked about Howie Roseman called him, talking about I used to be a underdog and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
What made the passion rushing yards up? Like 67 came from a jet sweep. Oh, yeah. That's still over 100 yards rushing.
But, that's too much yards rushing, man.
So what you say you changed the grade to what?
Who? A C.
A C.
Yeah, maybe a C plus. But
I give him a B minus.
Okay, all right, cool. Hey,
and I don't know, man. Like, I don't like the way they hyped it up right before the game, right? When they were like,
hype what up?
Now that White's out, all these reports after they considered him out came out that
all these rumors and
Dean
stuff
had beat this guy out. I think that if he wasn't hurt, he didn't get hurt in that practice, he would have been our starting linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that these two backups did so great, I think when White's back, that linebacker core, like you said, will be a lot more better. But I'm gonna give him a B minus just because Bond's play was amazing. Like that was one of the best, like I said.
Soft. Like Kobe say, soft.
So it
it is what it is. Now let's talk about our D. Matter of fact, the DB man as a whole, man. Like, and then we could break it down in between. But
before you
like,
grade him, okay, because that's how you got your little jersey, okay? Because my boy, Rogers got hurt. Okay, that's
I
how you
don't
get
give
the
up. You already told you. And now guess what? Guess
that's how
what?
you get the jersey,
He
right?
ain't going back to the bench. I tell you
Yes,
that.
he does.
Your Q ain't going back. Well, you want to bet another jersey? Q go to the bench?
No, he's going back to the slot.
No, he's not.
He's not starting outside next
Do you
week.
want to bet another jersey? Do you want to bet another jersey on live right now?
Yeah.
Yo, 1 hour and 10 minutes and 18 seconds. Do you want to bet another jersey?
Yeah.
Listen,
when Rogers get healthy to bet.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Rogers hurt next week, and it takes him one more week. But when he is healthy, he's going back to the outside.
You cannot play.
You know why? Because the play of Avonte Maddox was absolute garbage.
Yeah, trash.
So you put Quinyon back in the slot, and you let Isaiah Rodgers so you can have your best 3 cornerbacks on the field. Before he got hurt, they said that Rodgers was the best cornerback on the team. You know? So you don't go for being the best quarterback on the team. And don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong.
It is what it is.
Quinyon, I had to see it. You know what I'm saying? I had to see it. And after I seen it, I was a straight dog. He's a straight dog out there, man. He's a dog out there. But like Nick said, when you're going to get 2 of the best receivers in the league every day in practice, what else do you expect?
You're not jumping on this train, man. You off the train right now. Hey,
I'm on the train.
Earn the right to get on the train of Q. No, absolutely not. You're on the side of the road right now.
Hey, millions of people had to see Jalen Hurts do it. Millions of people had to see a lot of players do it.
We're not millions of people. This was the one all off season.
Like, whoo. But listen, do it again against the Lamb. Do it again against like the Packers.
Hey, you play who's in front of you, so we don't worry about what's young too. So it is young too,
and none of them are better than AJ or Smitty. So when you practice against AJ and Smitty, you know that makes the average good receiver all right. So he locked them down, man. He did his job this game. You know, the secondary as a whole. You know, I love what I see from Slay. I love, even though CJ gave up that touchdown, he did bring some heat and fire and a lot of other plays out there. You know, you got Blankenship doing what he does with the back. It's just back-to-back Packer games where Blankenship gets a pick. It's like he got the Packers number. You know, and right when you want to write him off, he always come back and make a play. That
look, but I'm going to tell you right now, I was disappointed in our overall back play, safety play. Tell me how Jordan Reed, not one, but twice, them broke off for what? 60, 50, 40-yard touchdowns. That's unacceptable. That's miscommunication with Chauncey Gardner, Reed Blankenship. Yes, I knew that Reed was one of the top defense, safeties, whatever, but the eye test tell me different. How you get burnt, beat, back. Hey, this wasn't just dump off and you're getting, there's nobody there and the ball is gone. I'm like, what the heck is going on? It wasn't the DB's fault. No, it wasn't the corner's fault. Man, it was your safeties. What were they doing? The miscommunication. So overall, man, I'm like, okay, as a DB group, I give them a C. As a cornerback, I give them a B+.
B+ for the cornerbacks.
Yeah, because Maddox is bad. Because the corner was a.
But he's been playing like ass. I don't know if he even signed the guy. He's been playing like ass. The end of last year, he played like ass when he came back from the injury. Yeah, but okay, he's healthy now. He's gonna come back and play better like he used to. He ain't been the same since the injury before last. He ain't been the same.
Yeah.
That foot been hurt this boy. He needs to retire before he's not able to walk. I don't know what it is with him, but this guy has been getting burnt toast for about a year now. And
Yeah, I know.
it's only one game, but damn, you don't supposed to look that bad being a veteran cornerback. You expect that from a rookie to go out there and look that bad,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So yeah, I'll give the group as a whole. They go ahead and get, as a whole, a B minus,
Okay.
a B minus. Let's go with coaching. Debut from two coordinators, Kellen Moore, Big Banjo. What are you giving our coaches?
Look, I give Kellen Moore, man. I love what I saw. Like I said, man, I don't know if he kind of let Jalen Hurts throw too much, but because I would like to see a running attack, like first game of season, Barkley game, well, whatever you got to do. But because you have a quarterback that's learning a new offense on a bad field, supposedly, so you should adjust your game plan a little bit more. You like just use some more running back screens. I didn't really see a lot of that, so I think that would have been a perfect game to do that because especially the field condition, especially the way the game was going, especially in the beginning when our defense can really, you know, get a stop with the Packers was driving the ball, field goal. Woo! Driving the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Your offense should have been holding the ball a little bit longer besides the last play of the game, like the last drive of the game where they held the ball for almost 7 minutes. But I definitely give him a solid A. Big Vengio, I don't know if it was miscommunication with the DBs or not, but I love the fact that he had the linebackers moving in and out, jumping to routes, and stuff like that. So I give him a solid B. So A for more, and a B for Vic. And Nick Sirianni, look, you did not get in the way. A+ for you, coach.
The blaming safeties for Madison getting burned by Reed is crazy work. Then you're gonna bring him up knowing he had Reed on half those crossers. Yeah, exactly.
What does safety help at though? So my problem is if he's in nickel, he's not going straight down the middle, right? So if he's going left or right, where's the help? Like if you're a safety, the nickel, like you have linebacker help, safety help, where the help? So somebody got to get the blame.
No one said that for Bradbury last year when he wasn't getting no safety help.
You talking about the player going in front of Bradbury and Bradbury falling down and looking like, damn, like against the Seahawks. Like, come on, man. Come on now. No. I want to say overall. That's why I say overall, the DB, man, I give him 1 grade and a cornerback. I give him 1 grade because of Matic. That's what I said, because of Matic. He was the downfall of the cornerback.
The man was trash. And for the coaching, Kellen Moore in your debut, right? Debut, first time with Eagles, you seen something different. You seen something different. It wasn't the same Eagles offense that we see all last year and the year before. So I'm gonna give Kellen Moore, a solid A. No minus, no plus. It was a solid A. There's some bad things in there. I feel like some of the times you probably had Nick in your ear. You had to go back to some of the old plays that didn't work very well for us. And you need to just stick to your guns, Kellen, and call the whole damn game. Whatever Nick says, just say, okay, coach, but don't ever actually run it. So, he gets an A from me. Big Banjo with, your starting linebacker out. Your starting cornerback out. Big Banjo is another guy I give an A to. Because, like I said, we could have been down 14 early in the game, and you had 2 goal line stands in a row. My God. So, I thought we were going to be in some trouble early, and we wasn't. You did your job. You held them to 3. We scored a touchdown. We're already up in the game, and that's how the game started. So, for the first time for both of these coordinators as a whole, they're going to get an A. They're going to get an A from me. So, they did their thing, and I can't complain about neither one of their jobs they did this last game. So Hopefully, they continue with this next game. Now we're on normal soil, normal turf. Hopefully, everything looks a lot better, in the links. So, before we get out of here, go ahead. Let's talk about this game, couple game against the Falcons. Let's do some hot takes, do some score predictions, and some final words.
I mean, look, this game to me is a must win. You are your home field against Kirk Cousins. Again, a pissed off Falcons teams, by the way. I mean, they're gonna be mad. They lost the game by it wasn't even close. But I mean, we'll see because Kirk Cousins was like, damn man, I got sacked this many times. So look, just look for quick throws, you know what I mean? So he would not get sacked as many times. But my hot take is, look, the Philadelphia Eagles have to win. It's a must-win game, even though they want to know. But it's a must-win game at home. You can't lose your home opener. And I don't think we lost our back-to-back home openers. You know what I mean? Because I was there last year against, I believe.
It was Minnesota. I was there last year.
Was we really there last year?
Yeah, I was there. I came late.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
I was there last year. I didn't see you.
You wasn't there last year. So because you came in late. So but yeah, so we need, you know what I mean? So this is gonna be a game where now there's no bad field. We'll see how our defense is gonna be I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be watching the defense like through and through, from the linebacker, from the defensive line, from the cornerbacks, from the safeties, because overall, they played a solid game, but people are saying slick field. I saw something else. You know what I mean? Stopping the run is not a slick field. 163 yards. Bijan Robinson's coming. You know what I mean? So let's just this game right here. Let's see if we could hold rushing game under 100. Kirk Cousins under 200 passing yards. Under 200 passing yards for Kirk Cousins. Hot takes now. Under 200 passing yards for Kirk Cousins. Under 100 rushing yards for Bijan Robinson. And overall, I see the Philadelphia Eagles not 1, not 2, not 3, and not 4, but 5 sacks on the night. That's what I'm going with. Philadelphia Eagles win this game handily. Hey, I'm right. I'm always right. Handily, 42-17.
What did you say? I like it. That was awesome, man. Okay, so hot takes from BG. Hot takes is Kirk Cousins does exactly what he does in primetime game, and he sucks it up. This defense gets at least 4 sacks, but and 2 picks. I feel like 2 picks and 4 sacks is what the defense is going to get. And I think offensively, it's going to be the Saquon Barkley show again. I think everybody's like, oh, maybe, after the first game, you won't see him. Saquon's about to have 6 touchdowns in his first 2 games, and he has scored 6 touchdowns all last year with the Giants. He's about to max that production this next game, because I think he might be the MVP this year. He might be the offensive player of the year this year. Because everybody's going to expect. Look, even when he had that kind of a game, you still had Devontae and Smitty over 200 yards with a touchdown. So it's not like their play. We still needed those guys to do their job. And the more he produces, the more open they're going to be. Like Devontae even said, having them there, they're not going to be able to play too high no more on these guys. They're going to have a lot of good open plays. DeHaan Dox is going to, establish himself inside this offense. Goddard's still there. Like I said, Saquon's going to be the key to all this moving forward this year. And I think Saquon has a blowout game. Another 3 touchdown game. I don't know. Yards could vary, but another 3 touchdown game. And
I don't see that.
I see it happening. That's my hot take, okay? And then on defense, like I said, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions. And the Eagles do win 42-14. Birds win. So, final words before we get out of here, my brother.
Nah, man. Look, like I told y'all from week 1 or throughout the whole preseason and before, to me, defense is going to be the key. All right. So just have some patience. Offense will be fine, but defense is going to be the key. Expect some bumps and bruises, but overall, they will find their footing. by week 6, week 7. So 17 points, I get it. I mean, like, oh my God, the defense had found their footing, but no, I mean, yeah, we could get turnovers while Kirk Cousins is controlling the clock, but still, just temper your expectations for the defense. Linebacker core, I still got to see some more from the linebacker core. And the safeties, to me, was the weakest position. I know Chauncey Gardner, but he didn't do shit last game. I didn't even hear his name being called, but it is what it is. But I'm still going to hold, what I said, week 6, week 7, that's when you're going to see this defense come together and start beating some people, some good teams in the process on the road too. I'm not going to say it, but.
So are we going to bet that Rodgers come back next week? You going back to the slot?
Nah, just get my jersey first, and then we're back.
First you were talking all that noise. Oh, he's standing outside.
Hey,
and you weren't even brought up the bet. Now you don't even want to bet no more.
Nah. Pay me my money. Pay me my money. It's all right. I'll be dirty with the Devontae Smith jersey on my back. I'll be dirty.
Right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Girls 177. Salute to you. And that's all we do is win. That's what we're gonna do next week. I just want to say I want to see these guys. I want to see these linebackers here. These linebackers, all y'all come back to play like y'all played this game for week 1. I want to see y'all develop and grow and get a little bit better. You got Bondine and, BG, because BG has some pressures out there, you know what I'm saying? But we need you to be that veteran to keeping it up. Offensive line, y'all look good, my guy. Do it again another week. Do it again another week. Get after these guys. Go out there and oppose your will. Lane Johnson, I don't even want to see a half a second, my guy. But then my number 1 guy, I told you guys, Mr. MVP yourself, player of the week, Saquon Barkley. Let the world know you are better than CMC, my guy. Because I believe it. I believe it full-heartedly that you're better than CMC. And I want you to go out there and prove it this year. And so far, you are off to a great start, especially since he did not play last night. So you are off to a great start now. Let's keep the pressure on him. Let's keep going out there. So you will be the number 1 running back in the league this year without a shadow of a doubt. So fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.
And we out. Wait. Before I'm out, all you Saquon lovers, this is the first week of the season. Go get your merch, my guy. Go get your merch. We got the Saquon Barkley Hit the Quan merch. Yeah, I gotta show it to y'all one more time. I'm gonna be wearing my Hit the Quan merch when I go to the Saints game for sure. We got a Kelly Green black. The hoodie looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? If you still love Howie Roseman, don't forget to get your King of the Cap shirts too. So use promo code Saquon24. And now we out. Peace.
Going on, everybody, man, and welcome to the very